Yeah. Sports, bitch. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If y'all ain't catch the last intro or this intro, then y'all watching the wrong show. I don't know what to fucking tell you. Like top 3 shows, and for those who don't, that do know actually, El Camino coming out this Friday. So excited! It's all over sports. A.S.A.P is in the bags. Early in the morning for me, man. With your boy, the sports Johnny Carson, the self-proclaimed sports Johnny Carson. Let's get that corrected. AKA Sports Pastor TD James, AKA Yo Numero Uno Latino Walter Cronkite, AKA the sports science teacher Walter James White. You feel what I'm saying? This is all over sports. Solo assist part 2, no guests. Wrapping up season 1. Many of y'all asking why, what you going on a hiatus? No, I'm just wrapping up season 1. I don't know. That's that's just I ain't say it. Stone Cold said it, but it's a fact. Wrapping it up, It's a good time for sports. It's a good day for sports. There's so much to talk about. Where do we start, man? I don't know whether to start with the man. You know what? Fuck it. Let's start with MLB. Let's start with that. I think it's a lot. I mean, the MLB right now it's looking pretty. It's way different from what I imagined, but that's how playoffs are. That's how any playoff situation is. It's just different. You see what you think was going to happen. It's totally different because the playoff environment, atmosphere is totally just different, So right now, we got the Nationals beating the Dodgers. Well, I knew the Dodgers were going to choke either way, so it really don't fucking matter. But, at the end of the day, I was surprised that the Nationals made it this far. Then we got the Yankees beating the Twins. That was a surprising sweeping the Twins actually. Now we got the Cardinals versus the Braves, and the Cardinals beat the Braves. I'm sorry. Last night was 13-1, or yesterday 13-1, and now we got today's game, the Rays versus the Astros, Game 5. It's a hell of a game. I can't wait. I'm thinking the Astros are gonna win by the skin of their teeth, but I'm not sure. I don't fucking know. But who knows? Baseball's becoming a little unpredictable, especially in today's playoffs. Nationals versus Cardinals for the league championship series. I think the Cardinals might. I think the Nationals, man. Nationals are on a hot streak. And Yankees, let's just say Astros do beat I think the Astros will beat the Rays. If Astros do go against the Yankees, the way Yankees been playing, I think the Yankees are going to beat the Astros, and it will end up being a Nationals versus the Yankees, where the Nationals might fall short against the Yankees. And Yankees will be a 28-time champion. Totally different outcome from what my original prediction, but, that's just baseball. Now here comes the question. This is the question everybody asks. Bryce Harper left. He's a Philly now. Is the Nationals a much better team without Bryce Harper? Does that mean that Bryce Harper wasn't a good baseball player, or he was just a toxic player for the team? This is the same question I asked, even the same thing with basketball players. Was Russell Westbrook a bad player for the OKC, or was he just a toxic player for the team? It's just one of those things where it's kind of crazy because Bryce Harper is a hell of a talent, but he's this season was a slump year for him. It was just a terrible year for him. But you know what? I think the Nationals, and it's surprising, the Nationals are much better. But it's just one of those players that I think Bryce Harper is only a good seasonal player. And as far as just him being down, him in the beginning, he's a phenomenal player in the beginning of the season, and then he hits his little slumps here and there, and towards the end of the season, he's just not as clutch. I don't know. I think Bryce Harper is a little bit of an overrated player. Not a little bit. He's actually an overrated player. And Wow, and it's crazy to see that the Nationals are actually in the World Series. Who would have thought, right? But that's just how that's just how shit goes. Uh, I don't know what's gonna happen. As far as the conversation of is Bryce Harper even a viable player for them? Is he even that much of a is he even worth the money that the Phillies paid him? Who knows, man? These are one of those things that you just maybe he just didn't fit with the team. He probably just didn't fit with the team. So we'll see what happens. MLB playoffs. October is about to. I won't say about to end, but October is about to hit the halfway mark. World Series towards the end of the month. Super excited. Can't wait. I think the Yankees will get the 28th championship. All right, so let's talk about a little bit about the MMA world. This past Saturday, Robert Whitaker versus Israel Adesanya. Adesanya KO'd Robert Whitaker. I was surprised. Robert Whitaker's been out of the game for about he had a hell of a streak. I think he had like a streak since 2016, if I'm not mistaken, or some shit like that. But he had a streak of winning fights. I was surprised with that. I thought it was gonna be a better fight, but Robert Whitaker's been out of the game. He's been injured. He hasn't fought in quite a bit. Adesanya definitely took it to him. Adesanya definitely is a hell of a talent. 6'4", 185 pounds. The guy has the Anderson Silva moniker on him. He has that flow with him. Is he good enough to fight Jon Jones? That remains to be seen. Remember, they're both about the same height. Obviously, Jon Jones weighing more because he's in the light heavyweight division. But Adesanya can move up due to his 6'4" stature. It would be a good fight. Remember, we know that Jon Jones has a history of struggling with men his height or taller. So it might be one of those things where it could be a good fight. Adesanya I think he is a younger guy. Let me check right here. Let me see. Hold on, give me 1 second. Jon Jones' age, he has to be he can't be that much older. Jon Jones is 32 years old. It's only 2 years older. I still think it'll be a good fight. They're both the same height. The reach, let's see, 80 inches. Jon Jones is 84. Wow. Yeah, I think. Jon Jones is still to me the pound for pound best fighter in MMA. So I think Jon Jones will definitely take that. But that'll be the dream matchup. The one that all MMA fans are anticipating is the Masvidal versus Nate Diaz fight. Probably the biggest fight in the last, I would say, since Nate Diaz versus Conor McGregor. And I think this might even have for MMA fans, it might be a little bit more promising than that. So I think it might be the biggest fight in history, in my view. So we'll see. I'm excited. I'm going for my Miami brethren. You know what I'm saying? Jorge Masvidal. We put some respect in that Cuban name, Jorge Masvidal. If he does end up beating Nate Diaz, obviously the match that we're all gonna be looking forward to is him versus Colby Covington. If Colby Covington is able to beat Usman for the title fight, then that will be the dream match. Well, not even the dream match, but that will be the rival that we're all gonna be like, wow, this might go to a 3-match rival. I'm going for my 305 brother. You know what I'm saying? That's the guy. That's my guy. I like his style. I like how he's talking that talk. He's finally getting that charisma out of him. He's finally putting up numbers. It's long overdue. He's paid his dues throughout the years. If you guys don't like his story, then man, I don't know, man. I guess you're not a Miami fan. I don't know. You gotta love guys like that. You know what I'm saying? He came from the street fighting scenario back in the younger days. I was only like in 6th grade, 5th grade when he was like doing the backyard fighting. The guy is a fucking animal. He's a beast. And bro, there's nothing more to say. It's gonna be a hell of a fight. Nate Diaz is no slouch himself. Nate Diaz is one of the baddest motherfuckers in the game. Probably one of the best fighters and probably one of the most popular fighters. Probably, I wouldn't say as popular as Conor McGregor, but he's a short stop for a second or third, obviously with Jon Jones and, I can't think of anybody else, but yeah. But that's pretty much it. Speaking of which, John, actually, no, man, let's move on from MMA. We don't got nothing else to talk about MMA. Anybody got else to talk about MMA? Nobody else got something to say about MMA? Nope. Nobody got something? Nope. I'm playing around, man. There's no guess here. So right now, preseason, NBA preseason basketball started. Actually, you know what? Before we get into that, the NFL, college football. Actually, let me just get into college football real quick. Lost against Virginia Tech on a tight game. Fucking I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to even say about them. It's just we're just playing terribly. Our QB decision right now, we're between Nikoski. I think we were confirmed that Nikoski Perry will start this Saturday against Virginia Cavaliers, which are ranked 23rd. I don't know if they moved up, and it kind of, or 28th or 23rd or something like that. But now obviously we took Jaron Williams out of the game because he had 3 interceptions in the first quarter of the Virginia Tech game. We put in Nikoski Perry. We did a lot better job. The game got a lot closer. I think we were losing like 21-0. And we actually caught up to only losing by a field goal, right? I think by a field goal, or no, by a touchdown. I'm sorry, by a touchdown. That whole quarterback situation. Look, I'm not gonna put the blame on the players. I think we got to put the blame on the coaching staff. Manny Diaz obviously is a green coach, but he's catching a break because he just started this whole head coach situation, whole head coach scenario. But it's only so long we could be so patient, even though we just started. Like I said, maybe we're definitely gonna give him all the time he can, but something needs to give right now. And the more we lose games, the less recruits we're going to get throughout the years. So we have to do a better job in trying to win those games and those vital, important games, especially against rivals like our ACC rivals like Virginia Tech, FSU, and or even Florida rivals like UF. We have to win those games. UNC, another ACC team that we lost against. It's no excuse. No excuse right now. Again, tank for Tua. That's the idea. We going for it. We living for it. You know what it is. NFL. There's not much to say about the NFL right now. We're about to hit I think 6th week, 7th week. Right now, Patrick Mahomes doing Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady doing Tom Brady. It's nothing new. Same shit. Dolphins didn't play. Tank for Tua. You know what it is. What else? Let's see. All right, let's get into basketball, bro. Fuck it. The preseason finally started. You know what I'm saying? First game being, I think, the LA Lakers versus the Golden State Warriors. Y'all motherfuckers need to shut the fuck up. I'm tired of you motherfuckers coming out here and being like, well, the Golden State Warriors are in trouble because the LA Lakers made a statement. It's only the fucking preseason. It's not that serious, my guy. It doesn't mean the LA Lakers are going to fucking win the championship just because they beat the Golden State Warriors. And the Golden State Warriors might not even be the best team this year. So chill the fuck out. Y'all, LeBron James hop on, hop off dick shit needs to be cut. Like, y'all need to quit that shit for real. Like, it's kind of corny. Like I said, I don't got a problem with LeBron. I'm not an anti-LeBron guy. I'm an anti-LeBron fan because you LeBron fans just don't know when to shut the fuck up because you guys try to spit facts to defend your boy on the Jordan argument. Shut the fuck up about that. But we're going to get more into that because I got some dumb tweets for y'all. Besides that, the biggest thing right now, the biggest topic right now is China, the whole China situation with the Houston Rockets. If you guys don't know, Daryl Morey sent out a tweet defending the democracy in China, going against the current regime of China and defending the people for defending their freedom, right? He tweeted it out. Let me see if I can get the tweet for y'all. Let me see. I don't have this shit pulled up. I don't remember it, but let me see. He deleted the tweet, but it's caused a lot of ruckus. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, ESPN has this shit here. Damn it. Let me see. See, it's back down here. I don't fuck, man. Yeah. So nevertheless, while I go look for it, Daryl Morey tweeted out the support for China's democracy and going against the regime of current. He wrote, "Fight for freedom, stand with Hong Kong." Obviously, if you guys don't know, there's a protest going on in Hong Kong that's going against the Chinese authorities and regime because of fighting for their freedom. Obviously, they wanted the democratic. They want democratic freedom. Obviously, because China is a communistic country. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with fighting for what you believe, and I agree with that. I know a lot of we have a lot of Cubans here in Miami that left Cuba because they're fighting they wanted to find freedom. And that's very obviously that's a very delicate situation, and you got to respect that. Now, Daryl Morey sets off to defend the democracy and to defend the protests in China and the protesters in Hong Kong. So this caused a lot of ruckus. China, since China and the NBA has a partnership, obviously, China felt a little disrespected for allowing such a crazy comment, or the NBA allowing such a crazy comment. So the NBA acted quickly and demanded Houston an apology, and Daryl Morey had to delete the tweet, and they asked James Harden to apologize on behalf of Daryl Morey. Listen, there's many sides to this shit. I'm going to give you all my side. Listen, you have, as a human, you have the right to say whatever the fuck you want. If Daryl Morey wants to tweet that shit out, who gives a fuck? He's saying the honest fucking truth. But the problem is that, well, you know what? Where are we getting involved in other people's business? When you mean other people's fucking business, it's a fucking human business, all right? As a human, you have the right to fucking live. You have the right to do whatever the fuck you want to do. Listen, I don't fucking agree with Daryl Morey sending James Harden to fucking send an apology. All right, let James Harden focus on his fucking defense, not focus on what he's gonna write on this fucking apology speech. Daryl Morey should have been the one to grab his fucking balls and be like, "Yo, listen here, yo, China, my bad, my guy. I don't mean to disrespect y'all." Even then, you shouldn't even have to fucking apologize. That's your fucking view. But yet, the NBA has China's money so far up their ass. They're worried about losing their fucking partnership with China, which makes about millions and millions upon millions of dollars. And that's about it. But this is the shit that pisses me off. Why are the players allowed to... Look, and I understand both parties. The players are allowed to go against whatever they feel in the United States. What is wrong about whatever situation is going on in the United States, when we know the situation? Why can't the players or the coaching staff go against whatever's going on outside of the United States? Now, I hate these fucking Republicans, too. They'll be like, yeah, why you guys go against Trump, but you guys don't want to defend the Chinese democracy? All right, listen here. Shut the fuck up, all right? Because as much as you defend the freedom of China, I need the same, and you know me, man. I always talk about energy. And I don't know if I said in this podcast, if you guys know who I am, I talk about energy. Keep that same energy. As much shit you're talking about China, I need that same energy for you talking about the freedom of here in the United States, or the equality here in the United States. Same thing with all the liberals. All you motherfuckers that are against Trump, keep that same energy for the Chinese. Keep that same energy for whatever's happening in China, because them people are suffering. They feel like they don't got the freedom. Not even they feel like they know they don't got the freedom. So it's a fucking fact. It's the protests. People are unhappy. It's sad, it's sad situation. I mean, China's the least of just what's going on. There's many things going wrong in the world, but right now the topic of it is China. Daryl Morey is trying to defend China, and Daryl Morey, I'm pretty sure is a Trump supporter, so he probably never went up against Trump. But I need that same energy from both sides. You know what I'm saying? Daryl Morey, you got to keep that same energy. As much as you want to go against China, China, going against going for China's freedom, and the protests going on right now with China and with China and Hong Kong. You got to keep that same energy, especially here in the United States, for Donald Trump and the equality that needs to be served. All right. You don't need to put James Harden in a fucking apology speech. That shit pisses me off. And you had Russell Westbrook there right next to him. I think he said a couple words or two. Like, really? Oh, we're sorry, China. Fuck that. Y'all are scared to fuck the money up. But keep that same energy, the same energy for the United States as well. That's what I don't understand. But you know what I'm saying? I don't like Republicans. I don't like Democrats. I don't like none of the motherfucking parties because Democrats like to go against, and I don't mean to get political here, but Democrats like to go against for, obviously they're in favor of their, of the team. Of their, the whole trending Twitter shit, whatever's popping in social media. That's how they feel. Like, oh, you guys feel that? Then we're going to feel the same way. Republicans just, they got the old school white mentality. They're trying to keep it to the fucking 1950s, which is not going to happen because we're fucking 2019, moving into 2020. I don't like both parties. I don't give a fuck about these politics. I'm just here to mention that who gives a fuck, all right? If Daryl Morey said it, the NBA shouldn't be so fucking pissy about it and be like, well, you have to delete that. Nah, fuck that. Let them keep that fucking energy. But I need Daryl Morey to keep that same energy about what's going on here in the United States as well. Same thing with y'all. Y'all want to speak out against the United States? I need that same energy how you speak out against other humane situations outside of the United States. So, you know what it is? That's just my view on it. I don't know if I got anything else to say on it. Let's see. But if American basketball doesn't believe the NBA is going to... Yeah, man. No, look, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver defended Morey's rights to send a tweet in a statement Tuesday in Tokyo. Well, good for you, Adam Silver. At least you're grabbing your balls and being like, hey, you know what? If that's how Daryl Morey feels, that's how Daryl Morey feels. We're not. And he said that and I quote, Adam Silver said that the league would not pursue profits over principles. You got to keep that energy. I like that. You see that's what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? But again, Houston Rockets don't want to fuck the money up. NBA don't want to fuck the money up. Adam Silver says that shit, but I'm pretty sure NBA is like, whoa, fam, we cool, right? You still gonna pay us some $20 million, right? It is what it is, man. Some shit is just, it's just crazy, man. I don't even know what to tell y'all. All right, let's see, wrapping this thing up. It's time for a brand new. It's time for our latest segment. You know what it is. If you guys heard last week, it's our latest segment.
You're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, that's good. It's for the dumbest tweets. You know what I'm saying? The dumbest tweets. Let me see. Where my man at? Every time I look at
this dude.
That's how I feel every time I see someone tweet something stupid.
I'm dead.
That's exactly how I feel too. Look, where my man at? I want to get. Where's my man at? Where's he at? Yeah, that's my man's. You know what I'm saying? Spice Adams. You feeling what I'm saying? So for the dumbest tweets, it's not gonna be that much. I think it might even be one. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. So I'm not gonna say the guy's name. I'll be snitching. But he wrote, the biggest myth. I quote: the biggest myth in the NBA is that LBJ, LeBron James, for those who don't know, isn't clutch. In fact, one could argue that LBJ is in class of his own. Game-tying go-ahead field goals with under 10 seconds left in the postseason. MJ, 7 for 15, 47%. Kobe, 5 for 22, 23%. LBJ, 12 for 23, 52%. Lord have mercy. Okay, since we mentioned the God's name, or your God's name, because that's not my God right here.
LeBron James.
I want to put him. I want to put the repeat one. Where's the repeat one right here? Let's see where you at.
LeBron James.
Okay, how many times? Look, I'm sorry. I don't want to bring up LeBron James, but I keep seeing the dumb tweets about LeBron James. Like, obviously, there's a lot of people that defend LeBron. Listen, LBJ is a clutch player. But to say he's a clutch player, he's become a clutch player, is he as consistent is he as clutch as people think? Hell fuck no. Listen, LBJ is not as clutch as people fucking think. First of all, if he was as clutch as people fucking think, then he would have had 9 championships or at least have like 6 championships over 9 finals, right? But the motherfucker only has 3 championships in 9 finals. How is he clutch? But let me guess, you're all gonna give excuses. You didn't have right teammates. Everybody was hurt. Kyrie was hurt. Kevin Love was hurt. Dwayne Wade was washed. Blah blah blah. Nah, nah, nah. Shut the fuck up. Listen, ain't nobody give a fuck. Ain't nobody giving up excuses for that shit. Listen, there are many finals where players were hurt or playing hurt. It's not a fucking big deal. Your man just chokes. He just chokes at the end of the day. It's a normal part of his fucking process. Listen, we all remember the 2011 finals, right? I got to bring it back to you. The 2011 finals, infamous for LeBron James. Oh, but you know what? How's he not clutch? When he took the Celtics to 7 games in 2007. That's one argument I had with kid. I didn't keep the tweet. I should have kept the tweet. When he took the 2007 Celtics to 7 games. Your man, the first fucking game, he had like fucking 18 points. He had 18 points, 10 turnovers, and fucking 4 for 18 or some shit like that for field goal percentage, for field goals. Yo, shut the fuck up. Listen, your boy LeBron James is, I wouldn't say he's a choke artist, but he might be a choke artist. Listen, he's been, more recent. He has better clutch moments. But listen, field goal percentage don't mean shit. See, all people look at is fucking stats, but they don't look at the fucking games. For crying out loud, look at the fucking games. You might learn something, you young bloods. Look at the fucking games. If you look at the fucking games, you're going to understand that LeBron James has a fucking problem. It might not be on offense, but it could definitely be on defense. See, they only look at the offensive stats, but in defense, they don't look at the defensive stats. Well, LeBron James had that big block in 2016. Yeah, but Kyrie had that big shot in 2016. How about that, young blood? Listen, you guys got to stop fucking around with this whole LeBron James shit. It's not the end of the world. You know what? LeBron has chances to get more finals. Is he ever going to have Jordans? Is he ever going to be a Jordan? Never. I don't see it. I don't think so. Unless he somehow gets 4 championships in a row and has 7 championships and all of them are his finals MVP, then you know what? Then we can make the argument that LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan. Until then, y'all got to shut the fuck up. Like, for real. Like, it's upsetting. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to have to bring this again. Unfortunately, these guys that like to, defend LeBron James, they're obviously, it's cool. You defend your man, but you got to stop putting, leave that Jordan conversation alone. As your sports science teacher, Walter James White, I'm here to tell you, open your pages to 23 and read that chapter. Michael Jordan and the 6 finals championships. And you're going to realize how great the great Michael Jordan is and how great the legendary man is and how clutch he was. It wasn't only on offense, it was on defense. Both ends on the floor. He knew how to play. He knew when to do it. He had his IQ was on set. People are going to be like, well, LeBron James doesn't have a scorer's mentality. Again, but then these are the same people that be like, well, LeBron James has scored more points than Michael Jordan. Shut the fuck up. Listen, all I got to tell y'all is, where's my man at?
Fucking idiot.
That's it. Put it on. Curb your enthusiasm, bitches. It's all good. I got none. Let's see. Well, since we come to the end of the show, wrapping up season 1, I'm gonna put y'all on something. You know what time it is? It is the great, legendary.
Stay off the weed.
Please do. Please do. Please do. Sorry, there's a little commercial there. I don't got the YouTube bullshit, but this Stay Off the Weed is brought to you by Honesty, Facts, and No Hate. And it goes to none other than to, even though people might not call it sports, but it says, but the name, the idea name of it is sports entertainment, but it goes to WWE. Listen, WWE. Well, if you guys don't know, if you guys haven't watched, this past Sunday, Hell in a Cell happened, right? A big nice main event. Seth Rollins versus The Fiend Bray Wyatt. If you guys don't know who Seth Rollins or The Fiend Bray Wyatt is, do your Googles. For all you old school wrestling fans that don't watch the new school wrestling, do your Googles. Now, the Fiend Bray Wyatt is a hot commodity right now. He's big. He's big in the sport. He's big in WWE. So he's doing, he's climbing the ladder. He had the championship match against Seth Rollins. Now, they had a Hell in a Cell match. It was a great match, great setting, great feeling, great vibe. Until no further ado, when Seth Rollins started putting the pounce on the Fiend Bray Wyatt. The Fiend Bray Wyatt cooked out of all Seth Rollins' finishing moves, a stomp and pedigree, all bullshit, all that bullshit, getting hit with a sledgehammer. Well, Seth Rollins, according to the storyline, he lost it. He grabbed the sledgehammer, started throwing things on the Fiend Bray Wyatt, started throwing chairs on him, hitting with everything he had, everything but the kitchen sink. And then the last thing that Seth Rollins did was grab a sledgehammer and with a toolbox on top of the Fiend Bray Wyatt's head, which he had like a sort of like a lifeless body, obviously, part of the wrestling storyline. He grabbed the sledgehammer and hit it over the toolbox, was on top of the Fiend Bray Wyatt's head. If you guys are not getting a clue what I'm talking about, look it up on YouTube. So when that happened, the referee called the match. Well, obviously people thought it was when you're in a Hell in a Cell in a match, if you guys don't know, it's a no disqualification. Anything goes. You do whatever the fuck you want to do in a Hell in a Cell. You can beat the guy senseless. Well, the referee called the match. People thought it was a no disqualification. WWE called it a no contest. Listen, bro. There has to be... A Hell in a Cell match is for people to win. You get me? Like, there has to be a winner. Like, it's a match that ends rivalries. How the fuck is WWE gonna fuck this up? And such a fucking... and two superstars that are on the rise to becoming one of the... not even two, just the Fiend Bray Wyatt, because Seth Rollins already is where he is at. Yes, I do watch wrestling. For you guys are like thinking I'm fucking, I watch everything, right? Fuck you guys. But listen, how the fuck are you guys going to fuck this shit up, right? The Fiend Bray Wyatt had a great thing going for him. He was going to be, listen, you guys are now have competition with AEW and a bunch of other Master P even is calling out Vince McMahon. I don't know how he's going to do, but you never know. So, listen, Vince McMahon needs to be on his toes. Maybe Vince McMahon might be a little bit washed. Maybe Vince McMahon just doesn't have it in him. Vince McMahon's already in his mid to late 70s. I'm not saying he's going senile, but maybe it's about time you take a rest and let the younger crew take over. Because obviously that wasn't the right direction. That wasn't the right call for the match. You should have let the match go on. If Seth Rollins won, let Seth Rollins win. People get pissed, fine, cool. But at least Seth Rollins won and it's a clean match. Or if you're going to have the Fiend Bray Wyatt win, then let the Fiend Bray Wyatt win. But there has to be a winner. Don't fuck it up. The fans started booing the shit out of the fucking... started booing the shit out of the arena. Rumors is that Vince McMahon started laughing when that happened. Probably his evil laugh, the little you're fired type of laugh shit. But it's very upsetting. People, WWE. I'm not saying WWE is going downhill, but the ratings are going downhill. WWE is going to be here for a while, no matter what. But you know what? You have competition now. You don't want to let the competition catch up, but you got to put up better, not only better finishes, but better matches. All right. I'm not asking for you guys to go back to the fucking Attitude Era. It's not gonna. I mean, probably might not happen. Do I think it should? Yeah. But keep the same quality of matches. But you also got to keep the entertainment. So you guys got to figure out a way to try to make this entertainment like it once was. Don't let AEW catch up to you, and don't let that crisis of WCW happen to you guys again. Maybe you guys do need it, but at the same time, look, maybe Vince McMahon, taking steroids. Maybe Vince McMahon just I don't know. Maybe Vince McMahon just doesn't have it in him. But listen. Vince, you're a legend. You created an empire that has lasted over the years. But I think it's time. I think it might be time you step down. So, Vince, I'm gonna need you to stay off the K2
Stay
and
off the weed.
get better, Vince. Get better. All right, guys, this is the end of the show. I want to thank everybody that listened in, tuned in. Season 1 is a wrap. Season 2, maybe I'll drop it this Sunday. I'll drop the first episode of Season 2. But I'm going to keep it into seasons. I don't know why I decided that. I just got bored. I'm like, you know what? Let me just do the season 1 and season 2. Hopefully season 2, I'm gonna start off with a bigger bang. I'm trying to, obviously it's just a start. That's the reason why, I'm doing season 1, season 2, because, I want to see the improvement from every season. I guess that's probably the reason why. But I appreciate you guys coming in. Thank you for listening. For those that do listen, for those that don't listen, this is it's always a pleasure talking to y'all. If you and you guys giving your criticism about the show and giving your criticism about topics or giving your criticism or your thoughts over what I talk about. That is the best. I love that. That shows that you guys are listening. Whether you hate the show, whether you love it, as long as you guys listen, I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. The Sports Johnny Carson is signing out. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Especially good morning because it's in the morning for me. Thank you guys.